I'm at Jason Jordan, and this is at Cooksphere.
Yes, or Paul Cook you can call me, because I do have a real name as well.
Jason Jordan, I'll go with too.
Okay.
And this is a screaming sheep. Eventually.
We'll get to it.
We'll get there.
He's like a sheep.
Yes, there wasn't much to it, but it was worth it.
That sounded like the last person who saw you naked.
All right, Perth trends coming at you now. Hillary Clinton is in Perth, which is great, I guess. Lots of security around the place and lots of people tweeting about it as well. Why exactly is she in Perth, Paul?
Basically what she's doing, she's come with a fistful of dollars, and what she's going to do is basically have a look at some land, maybe some up in the Pilbara or the Gascoyne, buy some up there, build some sort of gigantic base that will take over 3/4 of the state. And also I think she's going to invade Garden Island with American troops sooner or later. Right. They're basically moving in because they're scared that we like China too much.
As long as they bring all their money in here, I'm okay with that. There's some tweets happening here. Mary Ann Owens says, billionaire Warren Buffett says he supports a Hillary Clinton in the 2016 presidential race.
Well, she's actually, I think she's about 60% as favourite for the 2016 election, which is huge figures. I've got a meme up here of Hillary. She's on the phone. It says, so Colin tells me his mate Troy has a lot in common with Bill back home.
Of course. And we're seeing tweets as well where people are saying that basically, it's just an excuse that she's over here in Australia at the moment and she should be testifying in the Benghazi trial. Who'd have thought that, just the situation meant that she's over here instead?
Well, I would imagine that if she has to go to a trial for any sort, she still has to go to the trial regardless.
She does indeed. Now, Melissa George, a beautiful girl, a great actress as well, had a little bit of a hissy fit on the Today Show on Channel 9. Seems that she does not want to be reminded of the fact that once upon a time she was Angel in Home and Away.
Well, did you see a performance on Sunrise or the Today Show?
No, I missed that.
I saw it on YouTube, and he's basically gone in and asked her about Home and Away. Not in a bad way or a negative way, just saying you've sort of come so far kind of thing. And she's all bent out of shape. She's then got onto Twitter afterwards and basically said she's never coming back to Australia. The whole country stinks.
Really?
And of course, we're upset because we're thinking...
I'm upset.
Well, we've seen you in a couple of crappy movies, but essentially you're still Angel from Home and Away. So what we've done is, or what one industrious fellow has done, is made himself a lovely Angel Never Forget t-shirt that we can all buy. And I would encourage Australians everywhere to purchase one of these t-shirts. And I don't know, maybe you're a stalker of Melissa.
Maybe you could send a t-shirt to her for Christmas.
Absolutely, you should buy one of those and follow her around.
All right, now there are some tweets as well, lots of people talking about this. I think one of the funniest things about the whole situation, though, is that she was over here to promote her new TV show called Hunted. And we just found out that Hunted has been cancelled in the UK. So, burning bridges, Melissa George, ain't necessarily a good thing to do.
Who knows? I mean, obviously she knows the right people and she's confident that she'll get another job and she knows how to do it.
Probably will. All right, a very long hashtag that's trending at the moment is things more popular than Abbott. And we're, of course, speaking about our federal opposition leader there. What are some of the things that could be considered to be more popular than Abbott?
Well, what happened is obviously the research came out in a news poll during the week showing that Tony Abbott had a 68% disapproval rating, which gives you an indication when Malcolm Turnbull was ousted from the Liberal leadership, his popularity was higher than that. When Kim Beazley was kicked out of the leadership and Simon Crean from the Labor Party, both their popularities were higher, or disapproval was lower than that, if you want to look at it that way. But apparently a hockey ball to your private parts is more popular than Tony Abbott.
Half a cockroach in the sandwich you're eating?
Being told there's no beer left is more popular
Yeast
than Tony
infections,
Abbott.
for example. Ultian Childs is another example. And Mark Pesci says tinea.
And here's one you'll relate to. Listening to Nickelback whilst sticking pins in your eyes is more popular than Tony Abbott.
Do you recall the song by Rebecca Black called Friday? It was a classic and loads of us loved it. Loved it
Still do.
Pieces.
Still do every Friday.
The producer of that song has decided it's time to release another onto us. This one's called Thanksgiving.
Oh, thank you.
It's Thanksgiving. Give 'em thanks, y'all. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a good time with the turkey, eggs, potatoes, eggs. We are gonna have a good time with the turkey, eggs, potatoes.
Was that actually a drumstick?
Look, I'm wondering whether that poor girl who's, I mean, you'd think they'd learn after Rebecca Black, who had a hard time with all that hate mail at 13. She looks like she's about 8, and she's going to get death threats. I wonder if they warned her about that.
Definitely going to get death threats. Now, get this. You're an active user of Reddit, and you decide that just for a joke, you're going to get out a pregnancy tester, and you're going to wee on it. And it comes back positive. What does it mean? Well, for this particular Redditor, it was posted online, and a diagnosis was made of a condition.
Well, a lot of people didn't know this, but except people who use Reddit, apparently. That if you pee on a stick and you're a man and you get a positive result, you have a form, possibly a form of testicular cancer. So he's posted it up, and people have come back saying, by the way, that guy, whoever it is, your friend, should get checked. And it turned out he did, and has to have a testicle removed.
Wow. So there you go. If you're worried about any medical issues, just post it on Reddit. Should be able to help you, no problem at all. Moving right along, now you may recall not that long ago there was a runner had his photo taken during the middle of a very long race, and instead of looking bright red and sweaty and totally disgusting, he looked incredibly handsome. We called him what?
Ridiculous looking, happy looking man, or
ridiculously handsome man, I think it was.
Yep.
We now have the other side of the coin.
We have ridiculously good-looking surgery baby. Little Joey had open heart surgery, and so his mummy decided she would take a little happy snap of him post-operation and posted it up. It became a viral hit because he is, as you can see in the picture, ridiculously good-looking.
It is a good-looking baby, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Very, very cute.
He's gorgeous. Give him a little tickle.
Gorgeous indeed. All right. Now, Lance Armstrong, of course, in the news over these allegations of doping. See, I'm calling it allegations.
Good, but it's not. It's
real. It is allegations.
For it.
But a bit of controversy because Lance has decided to post a photo on Twitter which actually shows him lying in a room with all of his yellow jerseys.
Oh, see, what he's done there is he's basically not only destroyed the sport of cycling in one foul swoop by basically cheating every race he ever won.
Allegations of cheating.
It's not allegations. And then he's decided to post some picture up like a loser.
He's not a loser.
He is a loser.
Oh, you're so picky. All right, can you do this with me? You ready?
Okay.
Batman.
Baby.
A riddle. It can mean only one thing. The riddle. When is a car like a bench?
Whop.
The whack.
All right, now, if you were a super nerd, I'm a bit of a nerd as well, although I wouldn't want one of these, what would it take to build a real, full-size replica Millennium Falcon in your own house?
Well, what it would take, I guess, is a whole lot of effort over a long period of time. There is a guy who has set up this website called fullscalefalcon.com. And basically, he's going to build a full-scale Falcon.
A full-scale Falcon?
A full-scale Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. He's got some T-shirts you can buy to help him. He's got a forum so you can have a little chat to him. It's Geek's Paradise, this website. As you can see here, he's done some digital rendering of the walkthrough. And he's also...
Do we know what his name is?
Posted up some pictures of the center console that he's making and some of the designs. And it looks absolutely awesome. So fullscalefalcon.com is where you need to go. There's a forum there you can join if you'd like to give him a tip. I couldn't tell you his name off the top of my head.
Can you tell me if he's a virgin or not?
I would imagine that if he's not a virgin, it's a miracle.
All right, Cowbird. Now there's an exciting sounding website.
Cowbird is something that is a social media site, hard to describe. Imagine a Facebook where instead of posting videos and pictures and text, you could just post pictures and text and audio.
Totally different in that way.
You can create stories pretty much. So what you do is you can post, I guess, like a PowerPoint display. So you can post pictures of yourself giving your kitty a cuddle, maybe a few different pictures of you, I don't know, traveling to your favorite location, and you can tell a story with that in text and verbally. So if we have a look at this particular guy here, he's got his daughter there cuddling him. Now, I'm not going to play the audio, but he actually goes on to tell the story about just a little moment that him and his daughter had where he said, "I love you, my darling." She said, "Yes, I know." And she said, "You'd miss me if I was never born." And it's quite sweet. And
Boring.com.
there's all different sorts of stuff. You'd know all about boring.
Boring.
Yeah.
That one's boring.
Yeah, you're boring.
But you've got a good one, Disappearing Romney.
I do actually know. Disappearing Romney's actually become boring. And I'll tell you why, because what happened is after the election, Mitt Romney from his Facebook page was losing 6 trillion fans a nanosecond. But of course now it's a few days after, so he's not losing quite as many. So he's lost 30,000 in the last 8 hours. But you can actually watch as the fans desert the Mitt Romney camp.
Sucked in.
And run away.
Fully sucked in.
Interesting to note, though, getting to the US election, it turns out that only 38% of white Americans voted for Barack Obama, and yet still lost the election, which shows...
That's racist.
Which shows how the cultural build of America is changing.
It's ridiculous. All right, time for us to take a quick break so we can pay some bills. But when we come back, Candace has got some app reviews, and we're going to talk about that dreaded internet filter.